Don't you want it? 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 You lose your living mind. My Deadlights.
Minisode. Welcome to the Deadlights podcast. Mini. I'm your host, Sam Johnston.
I am also Sam Johnston.
Yeah. Two of us today.
Leslie. And we're here in the Minisode.
In the Minisode space. And we got Mondo.
Mondo!
Mini Mondo.
Mini Mondo.
Mini Mondo.
He's
M&M's.
M&M.
Beat me to it.
Gotcha.
M&M. Wow.
I'm
Sponsorship
never coming back
today.
from that.
Our sponsorship today is from M&M's. Mini Mondo's.
M&M's. Which ones? Okay, first of all, to open up this Minisode.
The mini M&M's are definitely the best.
You love the
That's
mini?
how you're going to ask.
They're very good.
Yeah. Which ones are your favorite?
What color?
What style?
What kind of, like, out of all the M&M's that exist nowadays?
I don't know. I kind of just like... Actually, peanut M&M's are very good.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I was going to say
Very
peanut M&M's.
good.
Those motherfuckers are big.
They're pop those big boys in my mouth and I'm like, yum, yum.
More
If they
crunch.
gave me more of the mini M&M's in like one of the regular bags just full of mini M&M's, I might go that route. But they're always just in the tiny
In the
little, just a
tubes?
little fucking shot, you know?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure nowadays there's a bag.
A bag of mini M&M's.
Maybe. You can find them.
I found a bag, like a 2-pound bag of Sour Patch Kids once.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, those...
Not in one sitting,
I know.
but maybe two. But yeah, no, they go crazy these days. Or we do, I guess.
Yep.
We're
Americans.
I wonder what the crimes of the future will be.
Oh,
I'm
is
always
that
trying
what
to-
we're reviewing?
I'm always trying to segue up in here. So today in the mini space, we are going to be talking about the crimes of the future, which we all saw together
We did.
very recently. Just read the log line real quick.
Absolutely.
Humans adapt to a synthetic environment with new transformations and mutations. With his partner Caprice, Saul Tenser, celebrity performance artist, publicly showcases the metamorphosis of his organs in an avant-garde performance.
All right. That's the whole movie.
That really is.
That is the whole movie.
That's
Yeah.
a good summary.
Without all the bullshit.
With all that fucking bullshit. I mean, yeah, it really does just do a good job of summing everything up.
Mm-hmm.
So this was written and directed by David Cronenberg as well. And Cronenberg, I mean, classically known for his crazy practical effects and crazy effects in general. And this one, I mean, inherently had to have some pretty wild effects. Just to give like a quick little sum up more than that, the world that this movie is set in is this world where essentially pain has been eradicated and evolved out of the body. People don't really feel pain anymore. So you got people like cutting into each other and cutting into other. It's like the new drug to like feel things.
The new sex.
It's the new
It's the new
sex.
sex,
Cutting
yeah.
up and pain.
Surgery is like sex. Right? Is that how she
It's the new
acted? I
sex.
think I did a really good job.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty good. That was very good. Very close. And beyond the no pain, people are also growing new organs that no one really knows what they do. And people are cutting out these organs before they can study what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this idea of like the human race is starting to evolve away from being quote unquote human and adapting to this new kind of synthetic world that we have created for ourselves. So Viggo Mortensen, who plays the main character, is putting on these performances to showcase these new organs and have live surgeries from his partner to reveal these organs. And I mean, some of those scenes obviously are the most graphic scenes, because and these effects that he puts in some of these scenes are very cool, and the machinery is very futuristic-y and cool as well.
Yeah.
And sexy.
It's sexy.
Yeah.
All
So,
that
there's
knowledge.
so many people that are so turned on about this machine. You know, it's like when you see a stripper pole, you know what happens. You know? You can kind of Imagine somebody
Oh,
doing
yeah.
flips and stuff.
Hell yeah. Get me in that surgery box.
Ugh.
Cut me up.
Yeah.
People
Big
wanna-
movie for voyeurs. This
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
for sure. Yep.
And all of this, their style, Caprice and the man, seem very like alien-esque, you know, out of this world kind of concept, kind of veiny, kind of like, just like a capsule, like a cocoon sort of thing. And, yeah, like, that, I didn't understand that, because that in itself was very Dune-like, and then we didn't see that again. Like, no one else had that kind of alien-esque type of thing. It was just,
Yeah.
like, bare-boned,
Mhm.
like...
Yeah, we were pretty limited to just these people's lives. And I didn't really get how everything connected to, like, the greater world, you know?
It seemed kind of run down. It seemed like very just kind of like Fifth Element, where like people are living in the outskirts of things. And there's like basements and like a lot of concrete. Very like I don't know. Also like Star Wars, like a mix of like the future, but yet like you can tell who's like the poor because they're wearing like rags or whatever.
It's a very bleak future.
Yeah.
The future that he was presenting in this world was very industrious, and I think just the point of it was that it's just been taken over by industry and by our man-made things,
Mhm.
and that was kind of just like seeping into everything in the world, and now even like the human body.
Because the whole thing is that the kid is,
Mhm.
like, the next step, right?
Yeah, pretty much the whole reveal is that these organs that people are spontaneously growing are preparing them to be able to eat plastic, be able to adapt to the world that they created, which was a synthetic world. And so eating plastic is the new evolution of humans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Viggo Mortensen's character was becoming. And what he finally accepted in the end was that he is now... He's different.
Yeah.
He's different.
He is the daddy of all of them, because everybody else needs to add more things as opposed to him. He needs to remove things, because who knows what would have happened if he were to have stayed with all the fucking organs inside of him. And then there was rumors that like there was, a kid around that also kind of was like him.
Yeah.
He just like straight up eats plastic.
Mm-hmm. And can digest it. And he was born like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, and there's this whole like government conspiracy going on where he's like giving information to them, and
There's a beauty pageant.
there's a inner beauty pageant, and then, quite honestly, the whole like Kristen Stewart side story kind of just fell apart in the end too.
Yeah.
So I mean that's kind of the overall story of this
Mhm.
movie. I would say, if we're going to talk about this movie, maybe we talk about the weaknesses first, then some strengths about it. We end on a positive note.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I still want people to go and see it.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't
for
want to
sure.
discourage people.
So let's just each, I guess, give our main weakness of the movie, I
Mhm.
guess. Mondo?
Yeah, I guess my main gripe was that you mentioned, like, the Kristen Stewart, like, subplot just kind of fell apart. I just didn't really feel like things were tied together. I'm okay with, like, open-ended endings to a story, but, like, you have to do more to just scratch the surface, I feel like. And I thought there was, like, well, I'll save that for more positive. Like, there were some cool ideas that were brought up, but they didn't really, like, seem to, like, push the envelope or go in any, like, actual direction.
Yeah.
Which, like, throughout the movie, I was just like, okay, I'm interested. Like, it was cool. What's going on here? And then, like, the longer it kept going, I was just like, I don't really care, I think. I just, like, don't really care about these characters that much. And then, like, by the end of it, I was like, okay, well, that was it, you know?
The movie has ended.
The movie has ended. And, like, they just drilled, like, you over the head over, like, what the movie's about as well, which is just kind of like, like the surgery to new Sexton. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
You need to get rid of some of those organs, man.
This isn't synthetic, so.
You're dying.
Whew, I'm good.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, I think those were my main gripes with...
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. With the movie experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I had to pee throughout it, too. And, like, watching this guy in the pod kind of, like, get his insides removed. I was like, that'd be kind of nice right now. So maybe I wouldn't have to pee so
my
bad.
bladder.
Yeah,
my
like,
bladder.
just take it out. So I might have to rewatch the movie in a more comfortable state.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Anything.
I think I also need to watch it, but it's because I was confused throughout the whole movie. I thought, like, once I got to places where, like, I don't know, it could have gone several, routes, and then I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is what they're trying to say, and then they, like, tell you, and you're like, what? And it's, like, not as satisfactory, and, what was I gonna say? It just, like, was so convoluted. There were so many storylines that were created, and then it was just kind of like, I don't know, he was just trying so hard to say so much, and then he would tell you, and then it still wasn't enough. I don't know, I was just so confused, and I felt stupid, because I'm like, am I just, like, not getting it? Am I just, like, too high right now? And the whole time I was just like, what? I don't understand. I wanted more, actual, kind of just, they used a lot of, CGI for things, and I wanted it to be more like, I guess, like The Fly and stuff, and I guess that style's not as, easy to do nowadays, to save money or whatever, time mostly. But yeah, I was expecting it to kind of just have more of a, I guess, solid storyline.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea about the beauty pageant. I have no idea about the fucking, like,
Betrayal at the end.
yeah, I didn't even realize that was a betrayal. And then there were certain things that I was just like, why are we making this fucking, like, bug shit looking thing so fucking sexual? It's like, yeah. I was like,
Everything
sorry.
is sex.
I mean, everything is sex, but, like, I don't know.
Damn.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with all of it. I think that my main thing is that the writing I thought was kind of weak, and, like, the cool world that they made from the beginning was just, like, bogged down by the very expositionally written dialogue and the storylines that really didn't go anywhere. And it's like, even, like, Kristen Stewart's character and her partner, like, really, that felt very unfinished. And then suddenly there's assassins with drills. I'm just like... And then at the end, like, there was this whole, like, climactic big surgery that was supposed to be the climax. But to me, when it was done, I was like, that was the climax? It was so, like, eh.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it got lost in the writing. It just did not... I think it was weak from that standpoint. Unfortunately, it started with a weak script. So...
Yeah.
Sorry, Cronenberg, but I don't...
And then also... Okay, well, no. I'll add this to my positive notes.
All right, now let's do positives.
Positives.
And on good notes. Armando.
Good notes. I do like it when sci-fi movies, like, make new weird contraptions and stuff like that. Like, weak script, but I really did like the world that they kind of threw us in. Like, I felt like I was very much in it, even though I didn't really know what was going on around me.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like, I wasn't sure about, like, where a lot of the character plots were going, I did, for the most part, enjoy everyone's performance. Like, there was, like, some genuinely, like, funny parts. I felt like Viggo Mortensen and, like, Kristen Stewart, like, cracked me up. They were, like, making little, like, banter, like, throughout the movie that was like, oh, it's, like, a very, like, subtle comedy at times, you know? Because, like, they were, like, critiquing art like people who like get into the art world to like just kind of like make a statement without, which is like so ironic that it's like, well, this movie's kind of like these like fake artists that you're like critiquing in the movie. And even though I didn't like a lot of the CGI that were used in some of it, there were like the couple of scenes that were like very nice body horror, Cronenberg, what like I went there to see, you know, like with the guy in like 50 years.
Oh yeah.
And like the chick like cutting up her face, you know. I was just like, they were like very far and few in between, and I did want more of it at the end of it. But like the few scenes we did get, I was like, that was gross. I feel disgusting. Yeah. Thank God.
I am gonna give a lot of praise to the actor. What's his face again?
Viggo Mortensen?
Yes. Oh my god. He made me feel like he was actually in pain. And the noises that he would make were disturbing. Yeah. Disturbing. Yeah, like he was trying to like push food through, like physically like push stuff through his esophagus.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Don't know about the contraptions. I don't know exactly why he had to be in that bone kind of thing to eat.
Apparently, it
help his intestines.
It was very poorly explained, but I think I caught that it was a chair that is supposed to move. It knows your body so well, it's supposed to move you in a way that is the most comfortable. But it looked very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
Literally
very
smashing
uncomfortable.
His head to the side.
I did like it, but I was just like, what the fuck is this? And if the movie had more of that, I think it would have, to me, been more successful in the way that he loves to make his movies. Of just, he doesn't need, I guess, to be like as grotesque with visual, but if you have us just continue with that disgusting sound.
Yeah.
Give us these contraptions where it's gonna make us physically be like, I mean, I was shifting the whole time. So I think in that sense, it did a great job.
Yeah.
But this whole, like, artists don't feel pain. I mean, he was right. I did not feel pain, and usually I do not like needles and knives and stuff, but I was able to see that shit.
Yeah.
So...
Because no one was feeling pain. So it was kind of just like, oh, we're not watching a person in pain. We're just watching a person cut, and then nothing else is really happening. It's just like, oh, God. Just kind of gross. And then it kind of got repetitive after that. You're like, okay, we get it. They're all just cutting or whatever. But positive for me, my main two positives are definitely the world. Love the world that he built up. This no-pain world. Very bleak, dark look at the future. And then Viggo Mortensen. I thought he was great. He really he committed so hard to being in pain for the entire time. And every movement you could tell was just like a strain. And it looked like a very tiring role for him to play. I think that he did great. I think that he did awesome. I guess final question is, why is it called Crimes of the Future?
Oh no. Like crimes against humanity, like we're supposed to feel pain, and like, I don't know, what they're doing to themselves is not great, but also what inevitable, like, because of like environmentalism problems going on. Like, I'm surprised he didn't say more about like that stuff. I guess it was just kind of like assumed, which is fine too. Like, they're clearly past a point of like ecological return.
Oh yeah.
Crimes of the Future. I just feel like, we are, absolutely desensitizing ourselves from pain, from even the most important aspect that keeps us alive, which is eating. We are not properly feeding ourselves, and we're feeding ourselves garbage at all times of the hours of the night, in the morning, whenever. And like, so it's a shame. It's a shame that we are no longer as human.
We're not humans.
Are we human? Or are
we plastic eaters?
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, I honestly still don't really know why it's called. I don't know. I think Crimes Against Humanity is like kind of a
Crimes against humanity.
Yeah.
Yes.
the world. Yeah, I don't know. What you trying to
And
say?
like,
Cron?
what was the actual crime? Like, the police were stopping the father from revealing. Like, what was the actual crime in the movie? Like,
Right.
The crime is that they were opening up a dead body when she was like, "We've done everything out of consent. We've opened you up only,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
you know, and we are opening up a child
That was murdered.
as a
Consent.
form of art.
Consent is always important,
Consent,
even
is,
in the future.
Yeah,
Even in the future.
even if we don't feel anything, we shall grant that to others.
Mm.
So,
All right.
Yeah.
Crimes of the future.
maybe that was
Shit.
a crime of the
Maybe
future.
that was it. Shit.
Damn.
Well, just-
Good job.
Yeah,
you just wrap that thing up.
yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I actually love this
Wrap
movie
it like
now.
a
You know
penis.
what? I changed my mind. Loved it.
Okay, you guys didn't hear what I said, but hopefully someone else did.
Comment it in the comments section.
Promote
all right.
on.
Let's get out of here. Thank you,
Yay.
M&M's.
Thank you, M&M's.
Yeah.
Sponsored by M&M's. You can follow me on Instagram. Color me Leslie.
And me at Beep Beep Richie T. Also, the Deadlights Pod. That's us on Instagram. Check out Playground Social, which is the studio that we are recording this from.
Absolutely, where we toss things.
And until next Minisode,
Let's get mini
Mini
spooky.
spooky.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm gonna cut into your face. It's gonna
So-
feel so good.
May I cut into your face?